Hi, I hope you are doing well. Let's continue our story. Anton Fritani, Aileen's father, had requested Sejun to become administrator of the tower. While Sejun was snacking on corn, he listened to the stone statue what he was teaching like when he would go into administrator mode. In a situation like that, make sure to address the green alerts as they were really important. He was teaching Sejun while Aileen was listening through the status window. At that moment, Papa Rabbit came with carrot and cherry tomato juice mixed with honey for Sejun. He offered the juice to Sejun to soothe his throat. Sejun had a lot of things going on his mind. But hearing the green alert thing, he asked Anton what it was while drinking the juice. To this, Anton explained that green alerts appear when a critically endangered monster emerges in the tower. But Sejun asked him if tower managers manage those things too. Anton replied that the tower's balance is more important than anything else. Their job is to ensure that numerous monsters can live harmoniously within the tower. Then Sejun asked him about the outsiders coming from outside the tower like him. He had heard that red locusts also came from outside the tower, but the humans like him, were they included as subjects to be managed too? The stone statue laughed and then explained to him that it was different. Red locusts were intruders in the tower who had not followed the proper procedures. They were viruses that gnaw on the tower, but humans received the permission to enter the tower. Fighting the tower's monsters and taking treasures out of the tower were actions authorized by the tower itself, so it was not something they needed to concern themselves with. And if they disrupted the tower's order, that would be a different matter. But so far, human power seemed too weak to affect the tower. Hearing the last sentence, Sejun was embarrassed, but what Anton had said was totally true. While they were talking, Quang and the rabbits were harvesting detoxifying green onions. At that time, Aileen informed Sejun that there had been a big problem occurred. When Sejun asked what it was, Aileen replied that a green alert had appeared. It said that there was a danger. The blue carp in Lake Zenka were critically endangered. Hearing it, both Sejun and Anton were shocked by how it happened so quickly. Anton reminded Aileen that whatever he had taught, it was time to do it. Aileen agreed, and then she called out the crystal ball and commanded it to switch to administrator mode. And then many screens appeared simultaneously. Aileen appointed the middle manager position to Tower Farmer Park Sejun. The crystal ball whirled and the process was completed. On Sejun's side, the notifications popped out that he had been appointed as the tower's middle manager. He had acquired the stigma related to it. Now he had to stop the endangered blue carp from going extinct on the tower's 75th floor, Lake Zenka. Sejun saw that on his wrist, a black dragon stigma had appeared, which was very fascinating. Seeing him shocked, Anton explained that it was the mark that included his position as the tower's middle manager. Sejun wouldn't get into any trouble as long as he showed that mark anywhere in the tower. While Anton was explaining to Sejun, Aileen started the teleportation process to the 75th floor only in a minute. Sejun hadn't digested the whole information yet, and now he had to leave immediately. The thing was, he had never been to any places other than the 99th floor, though. He reasoned with Anton if he had to fight an unknown monster there, or if that place was a fire pit. Seeing him flustered, Anton calmed him down first, and then told him that he should be able to bring his underlings with him. Anton asked Aileen if she could check it with the administrator mode. Aileen looked into it and found the section where the steps to assign the subordinates were. The system stated to appoint the underlings who he wanted to bring them. She hurriedly appointed all of the rabbit's family, the Minotaur group with his king, and even Quang and his mom. But the system rejected it. It stated that she could not appoint them because the tower manager's mana was lacking. Aileen was shocked seeing this. Only 10 seconds were left for the teleportation process. Sejun was scared of going alone. He called out to her, but she was too hurried and worried. She at least wanted to appoint the Minotaur King and Quang's mom. But the same thing occurred, and the system rejected the idea, giving the reason that she was lacking mana. And here, Sejun was freaking out because he was going to teleport within 5 seconds. The time was tickling and Aileen was panicking. Sejun was calling Aileen non-stop, whereas the notification window was flashing every second. When only 2 seconds were left, Aileen hurriedly appointed Quang and the Black Rabbit as subordinates. Both Kuweng and the Black Rabbit were harvesting detoxifying green onions when suddenly the status window appeared on their head and stated that they were going to teleport to the 75th floor's Lake Zenka in 1 second. And then all three of them vanished, leaving behind the stone statue. Anton looked ahead and wished Sejun good luck in his mission. All these things happened all of a sudden, and then the trio fell to the 75th floor near Lake Zenka. Kueng and the Black Rabbit landed safely, but Sejun had always been unlucky regarding the teleportation thing. He fell on his back, which hurt him like hell. Sejun was relieved seeing that at least Kueng and the Black Rabbit were with him in this unknown place. Kueng asked his dad if he was okay, while the Black Rabbit asked where were they. Because it happened so suddenly, Sejun explained that they were on the 75th floor. He became the middle manager in Aileen's stead, and they were warped here to stop the blue carp from going extinct. Then he showed the dragon stigma on his wrist. Kuang was fascinated seeing the drawing on his dad's wrist. But the Black Rabbit freaked out knowing that they had left the 99th floor. Sejun looked at both of them carrying the detoxifying green onions, so he told them to keep it safe just in case. The status window directed them to investigate the cause that was threatening the extinction of the blue carp. Sejun read it and told them to look around for now, because they didn't know what would appear, so he told the kids to follow him. When they came to the Lake Zenka, it was such a beautiful sight that Sejun hadn't even imagined. The water looked fresh and cool. The trio were astonished seeing the beautiful scenery. Kuang excitedly said to his dad that there was so much water, which looked interesting, while the rabbit also chimed in that it was his first time seeing a lake this beautiful. Sejun knew that the kids were born on the 99th floor, so this must be their first time outside the 99th floor as well. He cheekily smiled and asked them if they wanted to have some fun. Well, seeing their guardian giving positive signals, they jumped into the water without any thought, while Sejun also joined them after taking his shoes off. Please like and subscribe, guys. It motivates me to upload more videos. Anyway, enjoy the picture of these little kids with Sejun having fun. Kuang enjoyed it so much that he turned into his original size suddenly, scaring both Sejun and the Black Rabbit. Sejun took advantage of it and lay down on Kuang's belly while relaxing and enjoying the calm environment. They didn't even know that in this relaxed atmosphere, threats were lurking in. Anyway, after playing so much in the water, Sejun made a fire and started drying his clothes. The Black Rabbit stated that his fur became so fluffy, while Kuang pouted that he was hungry now. Sejun wore his dried shirt and said that he was getting hungry too. He didn't bring anything because of the sudden chaos, so he suggested looking around if they could find anything. Kuang and the Black Rabbit held their weapon and those green onions and followed Sejun. Sejun was thinking of finding a village and asking for some supplies. He was in a good mood thinking of registering the 75th floor's waypoint, but he suddenly collided with a barrier, which hurt his face badly. He sat down, rubbing it. Kuang and the Black Rabbit asked what happened. Sejun replied that there was something like a wall. The system notification popped up and reminded Sejun that his range of activity couldn't exceed Lake Zenka. which was so frustrating. The trio tried to go beyond it, but they were unsuccessful. It felt like they were locked in prison. Now Kuang was getting impatient because he was hungry. The rabbit suggested to catch some fish in the lake for the time being. Sejun was so frustrated that he kicked his foot in the grass beside him, but now he hurt his foot badly. Nothing was going well for him. That's what Sejun had thought. But the black rabbit noticed that a big thing had flown not far from them when Sejun had kicked it. While Sejun was writhing in pain, Quang bared his fangs and marched toward the thing that had hurt his dad to give it a good scolding. When Sejun looked at Quang holding a big fruit, he stopped him from destroying it. Quang innocently looked at his dad if he had done something wrong again. Sejun told him that it was a pineapple and not to destroy it. Quang was fascinated by this new thing, so he asked what it was and if he could eat it. Sejun chuckled and then he cut the pineapple. All three sat down holding a piece of pineapple and eating it with relish. It was so sweet and sour, very delicious. Sejun was wondering who would have thought that pineapple could also grow in the tower's wilderness. Then he suggested looking for more and saving it for the 99th floor. He also saved the greenstalk end. When the black rabbit asked him why he did that, then Sejun removed the flesh part as it might spoil and then picked off the lower leaves and trimmed them. He showed it to the black rabbit and told him that in this appearance, if they planted it in this state, the roots would grow, and they could grow it into a pineapple again. The black rabbit was astonished and praised Sejun as the best tower farmer. But Quang told his dad that he wanted to eat more. Sejun had no choice but to give in to his cuteness. So, he also joined them in a pineapple-eating moment. But at that moment, Sejun noticed something came out of the lake, which was a giant blue frog. Sejun was momentarily speechless seeing an unexpected guest. The system also dinged that he had found one of the causes of the blue carp's extinction in Lake Zenka. A new middle manager quest had appeared, which was to exterminate all 2291 frogs in the lake. Sejun was horrified by the number because it was more than 2,000 of these frogs. That was too many compared to their tiny little gang of three. Please read the comment. The narrator has left some notes. Please like and subscribe for more. See you guys in the next video. Have a good day ahead. Bye.